Hey guys, welcome back. It's Max. We are here at the physical therapy place. I've been suffering with my shoulder injury past 2 months, and it's hard for me to keep proper posture and work out properly. So here we are, we're gonna meet Sarah. She's our fitness and physical therapy expert, and she will help me out to recover from this injury. So check it out. Here we are in ASHBURN at IAID Physical Therapy, and here we are with Sarah. She's an expert on physical therapy, and she gives us more details.
So I'm a doctor of physical therapy. I've been working here for almost a year now. I've been working with Mags for about 3 months on her shoulder. A lot of what I've been seeing with the pandemic is a lot of shoulder problems, neck and back as well, just because of people working from home and having bad posture. So there's a lot of different things I've used with Mags here, so we'll get into a bunch of those later.
Why it's so important to take care of your posture? Why it's so important to treat your chronic pain?
So I have a lot of patients who come in with chronic pain, and one of the biggest things that we talk about here specifically is posture, because usually I see people for about an hour, a couple times a week, and that's only 2 or 3 hours a week that you're actually focusing on your posture. So everything you do outside of therapy is even more important than what you do in therapy.
What therapy will you use today for my shoulder?
We're going to do a couple things. So I will do a little bit of soft tissue mobilization, which is just a fancy word for massage, to help loosen up any knots and to help loosen up the muscles a little bit. Typically, especially with Mags and a lot of people with bad posture, your pecs can get really tight, so we help loosen those up, and then we help strengthen the back to help pull your shoulders back. So that's one thing we'll do. The second thing is we use BFR cuffs here, which stands for blood flow restriction. It's scarier than it actually is, or it sounds scarier than it actually is. But so we'll put those on Mags later and show you what that does. We also have a compression ice machine. If you've heard of the Game Ready, it's pretty much the same thing, except we have one that does contrast called the Thermex. So it does heat and compression and ice, and you can change the settings on it, but that's also really useful in helping decrease inflammation.
Are you guys ready? I'm ready. Let's go! So what does massage do? It just helps to loosen up the muscle?
It helps loosen it up. The theory behind it is that it helps align the collagen fibers correctly. So sometimes when you get knots, the collagen is all just bunched up.
Right.
So by massaging, it helps kind of straighten them out in the direction that they're supposed to go.
Right. Yeah, it feels really hard, but it feels good when you massage it.
Yeah, it feels good after. But it is only a temporary response, so hopefully you'll get relief for a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
But the hope is that we can relax the muscles, then we can retrain the muscles to work correctly. So you're not overusing them, such as your upper traps here. You overuse these a lot throughout your day with your commute.
Right. I'm driving a lot, guys. It takes me an hour to get to work, and then I type a lot. So anybody out there who works on computer during the day, think about your posture, think about your back, your neck, your shoulders. It has major impact how you feel throughout, in the end of the day. And do not wait. Go to someone, go to an expert, physical therapy, or anybody can help you to work on that posture and help you in the long run, to avoid injury, recover after injury, and avoid the surgery, honestly. You're gonna thank me later.
So physical therapy in Virginia, most states you can go see a physical therapist for 30 days before you see your physician. This can be very helpful because we're one of the only healthcare practitioners that sees patients for about an hour one-on-one several times a week. Versus if you go to your doctor, you may see them for 15 minutes and that's it. And then you walk out the door with some medications and an x-ray. So at least here we can spend more time with you and see you over several sessions. So we can also kind of deduce what's happening across multiple sessions. We did a little bit of soft tissue mobilization. I also like to look at her shoulder range. Hers has been pretty good. Sometimes she gets some pinching up in like overhead ranges, which is really common with shoulders. So I remember in the beginning we were limiting her to anything, like everything below the shoulder. Okay, so this is a massage gun. There's tons of different brands out there. Ours happens to be the Hypervolt. And we use these all the time. They're very helpful for us therapists because it helps saves our hands. Because after doing like massage all day, sometimes your fingers can start to hurt. But also, Mags really likes this. It can get into certain places a lot better than I can with my hands anyways. And it's also just quick. It does the same thing as the soft tissue mobilization, so it helps calm the muscles down. It helps with recovery. So if you go to a workout or afterwards and you know that you're going to be really sore the next day, you can use this to help break up some of the muscle tissue so you don't have as many like knots or soreness the next day. So a lot of the injuries I see, especially now during the pandemic, is a lot of chronic neck, shoulder, and back pain. And I found a lot of that has to do with everyone working from home, kids and adults included. So what you want to look out for with your home desk setup is that you want to have 90-degree angles at your ankles, knees, hips, elbows, and wrists. Your wrist should be neutral. So sometimes this takes a little bit of finagling with some like household objects. So things like propping your feet up on a small stool or raising your chair height up so that your elbows are at a more of a 90-degree angle. You also really want to keep your monitors at about eye level. You never want to be looking down at your screen or up at your screen. Something else really important is to get up at least once an hour. So if you're someone who has a lot of back-to-back meetings, such as my husband, I have to constantly remind him every hour, just go to the kitchen, get a cup of water, go to the bathroom. Like, you just need some sort of movement constantly throughout the day. That's one of the most important things for injury prevention. So what I'm doing on Mags right now is also for her posture. So a lot of times throughout your mid-back, you can get very stiff. So right now I'm just helping mobilize her spine a little bit to get a little bit more motion. So it'll help her be able to turn, twist, bend, lift, everything a little bit better. It'll also help with her lifting her shoulder up overhead. Okay, so now we're going to get into the more important phase of physical therapy, which is the physical section. So a lot of what I do is to help strengthen, specifically for Mags. Her back is very weak, also related to having chronic poor posture. She's been much more aware of it, so it's getting there. But so we need to strengthen the back muscles to help pull your shoulders back. An adjunct to therapy that I really like to use is the BFR cuffs, which stands for blood flow restriction. They're basically elastic tourniquets that you put around your limbs to help occlude the arteries. So it basically is just a biohack for the body. It tricks your muscles into thinking they're lifting really heavy weights, even though you're lifting very light weights. So it's very easy on the joints. It gets you a very good workout in 20 minutes or less. And it's full body, so it helps release growth hormones to help stimulate muscle growth throughout your body, not just when we're working on like Mag's back, for example. So she'll put these on her arms and her legs. All right. So the bands we use are called Be Strong. These are one of the first that are more available on the market for people to use at home. Previously, you would have to be in more of like a hospital setting or an outpatient sports setting, such as this, and they'd have a big unit that would kind of follow you around. But these ones are much safer for home use. You can wear them for 20 minutes. We're gonna pump them up. This one's been really hard to get in. So for the legs, we're taking her up to about 350 millimeters of mercury. And then for the arms, we're doing 150 because they're smaller.
I'm ready.
Good. So we want to try and do things that work out her upper body and her lower body because we have the cuffs on both sides. Even though her injury is only for her shoulder, she's still getting that systemic release of the growth hormone throughout her whole body. We also like to do really high reps with blood flow restriction. So normally Mags would be able to lift a lot more than 5 pounds with bicep curl, but because the cuffs are restricting the amount of blood flow she's getting, and it thinks you're lifting really heavy weights, I've limited her to about a 5. So she's going to be doing 3 sets of 30 reps at pretty low weight. So the next exercise we're going to do is she's going to do a single leg RDL for the first part. So she's going to come down with one leg, keeping her knee pretty straight. With the weights, while she's down here, she's going to pull and row them back, which should be okay on her shoulder. This is working her back muscles as well as her hamstrings. And we're also working on her balance as well by having her only on one foot. We can do like a lunge, side lunge, lift and external.
Okay, so
Side lunge, external rotation.
Oh, that's hard. I already know that one. It looks so easy, but it's so hard.
So every 20 minutes you want to deflate them. If you want to keep going, you can re-inflate them. So you want to just give it a couple minutes, yeah.
Much better.
Okay. All right, so this is gonna sit right on top. This one. So this is gonna run for 3 minutes cold, 3 minutes warm, between 38 and 105 degrees. It also gives her some compression, so I've set it to medium compression, which is best for shoulders.
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready to go to the moon. I love it. This feels so good. This cold air, cold water, I'm sorry. It just feels really, really soothing. Feels like heaven. So don't struggle with pains at home. Come to physical therapy. Take care of your body. That's the only temple you have. You have to take care of it. Finally, we finished my physical therapy. I'm so excited. It feels so much better. My back is nice and straight. So if you got problems with posture or any knee injury, neck injury, or any pains, make sure you go to your local or visit us in AIG Performance Physical Therapy in ASHBURN. Those guys are awesome. They are experts. They know what they're doing. So don't wait. Take care of your body, because that's really important. How you're gonna perform in a gym, how you're gonna feel good about yourself, how you breathe, how you look at people, how you look at the world. So take care of it, and let's go to the next location.